Oh my god, look at it. I feel so bad now. Oh my god. This place is the scariest place I've been to in the entire game, I think. You know what I mean? Oh, no, 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 no. It's the motion and the continuous motion of events leading to ultimately the calamity. Did I make sense right there? I don't even think I made sense to my... You get what I'm saying? Maybe that's what's giving Gaius and Estinian a fighting chance. Am I onto something? Am I planting my flag? Flag planted. Let's go. Am I doing this of my own free will, or is this fate? Is what's happening in on a shard right now guiding my actions? Yeah, this is it. She's putting everything on the line. It's kind of sad, right? The big Minfilia would be like, okay, I bequeath to you all my power. It's gonna be a sad moment, but she's gonna get a massive power up. You're gonna save the day in some form. That's my theory. Planting flags, boom. Man, Thancred, man, he just everything with Minfilia. It's like can't ever just, you know, keep her.
Not so long ago, here in the shadow of the northern ranges, lay the great kingdom of Verbert.
This place looks interesting.
A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest.
A fairy forest or something, right?
Since that time, these lands have become a haven for Fae folk.
Look how pretty. It is very bright here.
Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
A little too bright, but wow. Il Mheg.
We should be safe enough here.
Thancred. He doesn't look as old as he looked in the trailer. Maybe we're gonna get some sort of time jump or something while we're here. I don't know. Speculating, right?
I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
Also, you know how your tattoo goes away when the person who bestowed the tattoo upon you perishes? He has 2 tattoos, right? Does that mean 2 people?
Feels like one to me, but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way.
Does that mean 2 people anointed him? But yeah, she has that look in her eyes of just like that blasé look, you know what I mean? I think all of them were in pairs, the tats, but I'm just saying, Lise just had 1 tattoo from what I saw, right? She just had 1 tattoo that disappeared when Papa Limo did the whole Shinryu thing.
The girl, Minfilia, she and I were traveling together hunting Sin Eaters.
She got daggers. A la old Thancred
As
here.
we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own.
Don't remember if it was on both sides of her neck. I don't remember either. I feel like it might have just been one side, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention. So it's pretty cool that she's wielding these 2 daggers. It's like Thancred was, I'm sure he did. He taught her his old style here.
So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions.
Oh, yeah, the Exarch failed to tell us about this piece of information here.
Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Il Mheg. And here we are.
I like the look, the white coat and everything.
URIANGER has called this place home for a while now.
Out of all the looks thus far, I'm least impressed with Alizé's.
Yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. It was only at the Crystarium that we met.
URIANGER had a new look. Are fairies tricksters in this game? Aren't fairies notoriously kind of like tricksters?
Happily, having trespassed on URIANGER's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here. The Exarch bids us accomplish 2 things. Rendezvous with URIANGER.
Yes, let's go meet up with our boy.
Eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
Hell yeah. Get the band back together, slay some Light Wardens.
What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
She felt the presence of the pomp. Staring right at the pomp.
The hero from another world. I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them.
She looks so scared and dejected. They did a good job because remember how they said the Minfilia shared some features but not all features? Like, she looks just enough to be Minfilia, but like the eyes and the nose look a little bit different, you know? In my opinion, at least.
And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
Oh, he's playing the role of a Pops here. Or older brother.
Oh, poor thing being scolded so.
Oh, we get the fairies coming in. Yeah, he is, right? He's taking on that role. Just like when they were younger, right? He strove to protect Minfilia and Help her.
Come now, put away that frown and have some fun with us.
Yeah, the fairies in this world are creepy. That is true. Thancred is now Dadcred.
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
Uh-oh, the Genjutsu. Look, it's the Shire. Havel's built into the earth. When there's all these particle effects in the last little mission here, and then in this world, oh man, my computer is struggling a little bit, as you see. Oh, he's got the shield. Look at that. Paying homage right there. Boom. Kev, there is a variety of plant native to these parts with a distinctive furrowed tip. Looking Grass is its name, so called because it can be used to spy pixies, believe it or not. If a voice calls to you, under no circumstances should you respond. You will only subject yourself to further mischief. That's good life advice. If a strange voice calls to you, or you get a strange cell phone call, maybe don't answer. Greetings, mortal. What is your name? I'm gonna respond to this one. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Let's see what happens. Kev was here. Your body begins to feel heavy. Fate magics to take. Your will is not entire. Look at that thing. What is that thing? What's going on over here? Is this not kind of weird? These are obviously like dolls, right? Made out of plants, this is pretty clever looking. Oh wait, no. Are these just plants? I thought these were dolls. Right? Doesn't it look like a doll? Like a head and then like a dress or something? This soundtrack. The do. Very heavy, like older Final Fantasy vibes from like. Oh, he's picked up a language here, huh? Look at that. I found you. The game is over.
No, we're found. How did this mortal know our trick?
Look, twins! How adorable!
Twins? These fairies are like tentuplets.
We have come to see Urianger.
Do you think they're super strong? Like they're, I mean, obviously very strong in magic, or you know, have some affinity for magic.
Yes, Urianger, the peculiar one.
You know, Urianger, I think he would fit in well here. I'm sure their nails would poke eyes out. That is true. I didn't look at that, but look. She got the nails, but she's got a little mini staff there. They look the same. You got a little mini staff. You think if you pluck this out from their chest, they die? I'm just preemptively thinking if we got to deal with some. But Urianger, huh?
Oh, that was so much fun. We must do it again.
Urianger would be really. He speaks in riddles. That's his forte, right? He's good.
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Oh, is all the shiny gonna go away?
We will lift our spell on one condition: that you first lend us a helping hand, or two, or three.
Of course. Gotta bring on the you know, little side quests here.
Troubles, we'll let you see Urianger. Pixies on her.
Okay, let's do it. Who is the leader? Is there like a pixie queen or king?
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores.
Mortal, hear my plea. Our precious children are thirsty, and I need you to bring them water. Who are our children, you ask? They're the leaf men you see Of course they are. You'll find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they should render up their sweet succulent burdens. Is this an Animal Crossing callback here? Or a reference? A bell tree, give it a shake? I think the Nutkin's having a good time, right? Hiccup. A good time in this place. Can you surmise for me? Sorry, what that ether quest is? I got the hiccups right now. Oh my god. Jeez. This guy is spinning to win. Look at this guy. Breathe. Well, I'm trying. Ever have like the hiccups? And then when it kind of goes away, you try to like hiccup, but you can't hiccup. What's the physiology? What's the biology behind a hiccup? What's going on here? This is the bell tree. These are the bells. You think this is an Animal Crossing reference? You gotta shake the bell tree to get the bells. Paul, he thinks the flowers are dolls. I said don't the flowers look like dolls? They look like dolls. And you agreed with me. Do these not look like dolls? I thought they were using them as dolls. I thought someone made them until I saw them hanging from the tree, but they look like dolls, don't they? They got the head. some like extremities and a little dress, like little leg. Look at this place. This place is all kinds of beautiful looking. Look at the lilies and everything. Oh, I mean, it's kind of ominous, right? Because obviously flooded a little bit here. But there's an ether current up there. Look at this. The water has risen. Plants have grown. Houses have been abandoned. Look at all the moss and everything. But aside that, doesn't it look kind of... Oh my god. Look down there. Yeah, can we go down there? Are they gonna make us go down there? This is a lake. It's a lake. I wonder what split this right here. What happened? The lake looks like it stretches out pretty far, right? It's so pretty. It's so pretty, but so ominous at the same time. Oh my god, look at it. I feel so bad now. It's a Squirtle. What if Final Fantasy was just a first-person game? Wow, they have nice eyelashes. Is that what you noticed? I didn't even notice their eyelashes. You've given water to our children. Thank you ever so much. They're all very dear to us. They wandered into Il Mheg as stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in. Oh my dude, this place is so ominous. You got pixies turning into beavers. You got lakes, flooded areas where people used to live, and you have people that were turned into these things. You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantments didn't catch as well as we'd hoped. It's never too late, of course. Oh my god. This place is the scariest place I've been to in the entire game, I think. You know what I mean? Ah, you've done me a great service, mortal. If there's one thing we pixies are serious about, it's having fun. Dull and painful things, hate them. I mean, same here, right? Sin Eaters are dull and painful both, so we hate them especially. Alright, so they're gonna be great allies in the war to come, I'm sure. You mortals try to fight those monstrosities, but there's no fun in that. Best to avoid them altogether. Oh, well, maybe not. I'm sure. Yeah, allies, right? I'm planting my flag. They're gonna help us in some way to fight these things. Wonder what other quests the others got into, you know? How goes it, Kev? A lot of crazy stuff, actually. Very dark things. Well, everyone's still alive, so that's good. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. URIANGER once told me a story about the pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, or so it's believed, though they don't have memories of their previous lives. The desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. That makes sense, right? The lore checks out for that, right? They're eternal kids. In the course of your chores, did any of you encounter a pixie who seemed even faintly amenable to reason? Not during my chores, but what about our inventory friend, Feo Ul?
You're late.
Okay, so it's been a long time, but they are not a green pixie. They got the red going on here.
I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting.
What did we give up to make this pact? Did we give something up? I forget. Was it a blood pact?
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
Just not only because they're main characters, the twins, Alphino and Alize, but their sibling bond, who they are as characters. If one of them or both of them were to die, that would be pretty disheartening, right? There's a lot of characters, but because they have that innocent, they look like kids, right? Or young teens or whatever, or late teen, whatever they are.
If it isn't Feo Ul, the mold Feo, it's been too long.
The Mauled Feo is just the mad bloom. Mauled Feo.
Let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, he will never be yours. Never, never, ever.
Burn? That's true. Feo Ul just insulted their fun, which I'm sure in Pixie World, that is a very...
But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
a very sick burn, right?
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone.
Feo Ul is the mad bloom. Feo Ul is wearing the pants in this family right now.
And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of his bag all over your precious village.
Joke's on you, I just cleaned out my inventory, so there's not going to be much to scatter.
Festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible and mentionable things. How would you like that?
Feo Ul's insulting my inventory. Disaster Doom, y'all insult my inventory.
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see URIANGER?
Feo Ul wears the pants. Feo Ul does wear the, yeah, that's okay. That's what I said. That's what you're referring to. Feo Ul seems to be wearing the pants in this relationship here.
You'll reveal the hidden Ferdinacty at once.
We'll reveal the hidden Ferdinacty? The Ferdinacty? That's the truth. You know what would be cool? We'll talk about this after. It reminds me of Final Fantasy X. Oh, there they go. Look at that. Oh. Wow, look at that. I thought that was just... I thought that was a product of the light. I mean, I knew they had like some, you know, illusion thing going on, but I thought most of that was the light.
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
Okay. I like Feo Ul. Feo Ul is the aggressive friend. Yeah. But a good friend, a good branch. Feo Ul is an aggressive branch. Alright, so we learned a couple things here. One, first of all, that light, the glowy light, wasn't a product of the light. It was their illusion. I thought most of it was just this place had succumbed to the light. And it was always going to be like that. Second, these things used to be people. People that the fairies, the pixies, had a very fun time with, so they wanted to keep them here forever. That is very dark. Third thing we learned, beavers. Either the fairies are turning into beavers or the beavers are consuming the fairies, or something nefarious going on with this place and the beavers and the pixies. Fourth, their little fruits look like little dolls. And then there's that creepy river. Yeah, this river is flooded over. It looks like the river here as it cuts through. I mean, there's houses and stuff down there, so people used to live down there too. And fifthly, we learned that the fairies, as the stories go, they could potentially be the remaining spirit ethers of children who are living out the rest of their days to play. That's why they like to play so much, right? Hey, at least they water them. They keep their friends well hydrated. That is true. Water is the most important nutrient. They do tend to their humans who've now become these things. Yeah, look at all the books. Got books, got some potions, alcohol. Maybe. Do you think URIANGER drinks? You've been in your PJs all day.
Are you in?
URIANGER, are you in? Were you in the darkness all day too? That's what it.
World weary of heroes, a hero wends his way.
Oh, there's our boy. Look at URIANGER just showing all the skin right now, huh? It's got some like arm bracelets and everything.
Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
Oh, look at this guy. All right, let's count it. He's got one tattoo here on the cheek. Now, assuming Louisoix gave him the other tattoo, maybe that's why he only has one, unless there's another one hidden somewhere. Also, he's got this like disc thing here. He's an astrologian now, right? I've only seen him with one tattoo. And assuming it was Louisoix who gave him the tattoo, it poofed. Though theoretically, Louisoix was technically alive until we did the coils and finished the coils. So theoretically, he should have had 2 tattoos in A Realm Reborn up to a certain point, right? If everyone has 2 tattoos. Or maybe it varies.
We'll meet you outside.
Or maybe he didn't get his tattoo from Louisoix. Maybe he got it from someone else. Look at this place. Looks like he's been hard at work. This is a suitable place. This is a nice little place he's got here for himself, you know what I mean?
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. It beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore.
Yes. Let's get the pixies on our side for this war. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th umbral calamity.
And the Pompadour of Darkness's demise.
As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come.
Alright, flashback.
There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald.
Yum Twix. Man, look at this. This is a cool little screenshot, is it not? The Maelstrom soldier here. Center shot, putting in work. We got some Temple Knights over there. Is that a Girabani, Alamegan person, potentially? People, oh, there's an Alamegan person for sure. Yeah, they dead. Some of these people are dead.
So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful Ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time.
Okay, we got Ilms, Yalms, and Malms. Alright, what's the conversion rate? How many Ilms makes a Yalm? And how many Yalms makes a Malm? Also, they got parachutes, they got paratroopers plopping down here. That's pretty cool to see.
Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose.
But, on the other side, on the source, we got Team... What's his name? Gaius. I forgot I blanked out on his name. Team Gaius, plus Estinian now. That's a formidable team. And perhaps even Xenos at some point. I hope to God Xenos joins in. Xenos is doing his own thing in the Empire to take back the his seat. But Disneyland theory.
Its potency defied all reckoning.
Oh no, the Chocobos, the snake people who I gotta do. Ananta, I gotta do their quest line at some point. We got all the... Yeah, they don't. Look at the Black Rosé. It's looking more red. Don't you agree?
Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides.
This reminds me of when we have fires in California, and it gets all smoky and red sometimes.
From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel.
Man, all the way from there to, what's this place called? Redania?
To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might.
It's just carnage, right? Just survival. Pure survival. Whatever you gotta do to survive here. This guy looks like an immortal flame. These just look like various bandits. This is like Ul'dah, right?
Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world.
Damn.
Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order.
Hearing the heartbeat. Dun dun. Bum bum. Oh! No! 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 Everyone. Is that? Yeah, it's your Stola. Is that Alizé? Oh, is that the Pomp? Who is that? Oh no, wait. Oh, yeah. Never mind. I couldn't see what that was for a second. I was like, I don't wear that.
Were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee.
Damn. We did. What armor are we wearing? Is that the Scion's adventuring gear that TATARU gave us?
An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold.
I had it twisted. I had thought that the calamities that transpire on the source lead to the destructions of the other worlds, the shards, right? But it's the opposite way. Pretty much the destruction of the shards / the rejoining of the shards leads to the calamities on the source. Whatever's happening with the Black Rose is because of the turmoil that's happening here on the first. Because remember when they were explaining it, it looked like, oh, maybe whatever calamity happened on this shard it brought fire to the source, or this one brought like extreme cold. This one's bringing, I thought it was all elemental based. I guess it kind of is to a certain extent, I guess. But this one's bringing Black Rose. Is it still going on, the static?
I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency.
I guess we never really thought about how they make Black Rose. Like, what are we looking at here? We got Earth. We got, who remembers Avatar? Water, Earth, Fire, Air. But then we also have Ice, and then Lightning. Is it back yet? I'm kind of hearing another static thing. Well, you have Lightning.
'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. Our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition.
Okay. Lightning, water, earth, one triangle, wind, fire, ice, another triangle here. We got the sun and the moon.
Astral, the active. Umbral, the passive.
Assuming this is umbral on the back, this is astral.
The denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race.
Also, never mind, it says down here. Umbral is down here, so it's probably these 3. Astral is up here. Probably these 3, right?
Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
I mean, this is making sense to me, right? There's too much light here. Right? There's too much light.
That's
The
umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
The nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, whilst our own appears to be focused on their effects. Okay, I'm kind of understanding that. Also, as a black mage, I have astral fire. I believe fire was on the astral side, and umbral ice. Umbral was all the way at the bottom, so that's the thing. So he's basically saying that in our world, we're focused on umbral. We're focusing on, say, ice generating the umbral, where here they're focused on the umbral generating the ice? Is that what they're getting at? It's a little confusing here, right? A little bit.
The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings.
Oh, I mean, I'm connecting those 2. I'm still missing some of the other pictures that I'm trying to connect, but I can connect those 2. How Black Rose functions and how too much light functions as well. And I guess, I mean, connecting that, it makes sense how too much light over here, again, the shards affecting the source is causing Black Rose to take form here. I guess I was just imagining like calamities. It's weird, right? Because you imagine like, oh, if the shards were to affect the source, it would be like, you know, a massive firestorm happening. But it's not like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like a physical event like that. It's a motion of events causing things to happen. Bahamut. Destruction, the rejoining of one of those shards didn't just cause Bahamut, but it was the motion and all the events that led up to Bahamut being summoned. The war, the Carcino, everything that happened there. This chain of events. It's not causing this. What I'm trying to get at is the shards, the rejoining, isn't causing this one singular action. It's the motion and the continuous motion of events leading to ultimately the calamity. I find that interesting.
The weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light.
Did I make sense right there? I don't even think I made sense to my... You get what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, I think. Yeah, it's not like, oh, this shard is the chaos on this shard and it's rejoining to the source didn't cause some giant, you know, it didn't summon some giant, like, you know, boulder that crashed down on the earth. It caused this chain of events. It caused the Empire to decide to do this, and the other factions to decide to do this, and this hidden faction to decide to do this, that ultimately led to the summoning of, you know, a Bahamut, or the creation of a Black Rose. It's not like a concrete one-stop shop sort of thing.
We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Il Mheg.
It's like as the light gets worse on here, the Empire on our world is like, oh, I just got the sudden inkling to ramp up production of Black Rose, right? You know what I mean? The light starts getting worse here, and in turn, the Empire is like, hey, more Black Rose. Hey, do you think we should unleash the Black Rose? Like, it's worse. Like, hey, we're about to unleash the Black Rose, right? It's causing those steps. As we start pushing back the light, maybe that's what's giving Gaius and Estinian a fighting chance. As we push back more light, they will start pushing back the Black Rose, or the creation of it, you know what I mean? Thwarting those efforts. The chain of events caused by the chaos on this world. Does that make sense? Am I onto something? Am I planting my flag? Flag planted. Let's go.
Were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
That's why they're showing us in tandem with all this going on what Gaius and Estinian are doing with the Black Rose. Because as we make moves and we progress here against the light, they're gonna make moves and progress against the darkness, or against the Black Rose. Kid Cougar's hitting him with the smiley face, which means Kid Cougar has no idea what's going on right now.
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Leargear, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake.
I was so intertwined with my own theories. What were they talking about before? A Light Warden? Did they ask? What's ensconced there? I missed the dialogue. Okay, it's in the middle of the lake.
Said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
It's weird. It's the whole idea of one shard affecting the source and causing a chain of events. It's kind of like imagine living on the source and you're doing something in the world and it's like, am I doing this of my own free will, or is this fate? Is what's happening on a shard right now guiding my actions? Imagine the first chemist or people, the first group of chemists or alchemists or whatever, who came up with the idea of Black Rosé, or I call it Black Rosé. Black Rosé. Imagine the moment in time when it happened, where it's like, oh, I just decided to mix. I wanted to mix this concoction together to see what it would do. Oh, we just created. This is something very deadly. Imagine here on the source, that was when the light was like starting to take a foothold, right? You get what I'm saying? In tandem. The light is starting to make moves and take a foothold, and on the source, a group of chemists were like, oh, what is this I created? This is a deadly concoction. How did I come up with that? Well, you get what I'm saying? Whatever's happening on the source is kind of like fate, right? It's like, I think, as a normal citizen living on the source, I think what I'm doing is of my own free will, but maybe it's destiny controlling my actions or guiding my actions. Does that make sense? Am I onto something? Am I getting... All right, we'll see. Am I speaking crazy right now? Does that make sense to you all? My friend, ere I speak of the task at hand, there is a question I would pose to thee. What thinkest thou... What thinkest thou of mine appearance? I think it suits you, man. Did you lose weight? Did you take up astrology? I'll ask that question. Indeed, though the night be lost behind the shroud of blinding light, doubt not but that the stars shine still. But enough of myself. What do you think of my new look? We're talking about looks here. Do I look different to you? As I did mention, if we are to enter Leargear, is this like the alternative of Girabania? It kind of has like those Girabania names. We must needs gain the pixies' cooperation. This is a simple matter of presenting unto them a suitable gift. I feel really strong about what I'm saying here. Maybe it's obvious. Maybe I'm just being dumb and everyone was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know. But I feel very good about this one. or at least my understanding of how these worlds are interacting with each other. This is the most sense I've made of this in a very long time. I feel like I reached a, you know, I had one of those moments where the light bulb just turned on. Dropping stacks emo. What would the facial expression be for that? For dropping stacks.
'Tis done. The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts.
Oh. Look at that. So shiny.
White auracite, newly forged for thy use.
Is this for the Light Warden, right? To kill, to truly kill a Light Warden. But I mean, we kind of did that without the help of something like that, right? Last time?
Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross
Oh.
paths with those who crave the contrary. Our eternal enemies.
Oh, I forgot. The Ashians. Ashians are a thing.
Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence.
So, the Warriors of Darkness were once the Warriors of Light. They were fighting for the light, and they said they beat the Ashians, who I assume at the time were trying to bring the darkness. But I guess the Ashians' ultimate goal is rejoining. It's not just, I want to bring darkness, it's, I want to rejoin, so whether that means I gotta bring more light or whatever, right? Reminds me of Moon Breeda. Y'all remember Moon Breeda?
May I come in now?
Yes. I mean, I'm not your father. Never mind. Ask Pops.
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
See, Thancred has 2 tattoos.
That's my girl, thank you.
Thancred's excuse me. Thancred's become Squall. Thancred's the Squall now. Also, his eye is back.
I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Good pair.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Oh, it's like the Scholastic Book Fair. Pick a book. Are we gonna talk about the eye? Is this eye's different color? I wasn't paying attention.
I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past. Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armareng, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. 'Twas there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
She awakened. Was she in like a statue, like combating the light? Was she just like stuck in a form or something, or she awakened? Uh-oh. Alright, flashback. Migraines, coming back.
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel.
I was gonna say, Minfilia looks different here, but she's... This is the younger Minfilia, the vessel.
In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
Oh, is she the last one then?
I will not stand for it. I cannot. There must be something we can do. Tell me.
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden.
Then shall I take up her burden.
But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny?
Oh, she means then I'll do the Ashian and just zoom in like she's doing right now, right?
Then shall I bequeath to her my all.
My all.
Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth. She may come to wield my powers as her own.
So this is like kind of this is like going all in, right? If she wants to walk down this path, I will give her my all. I'll put everything into her. I'm sure that means kind of a la Papalymo to a certain extent, right? Consuming older Minfilia as we know her, right?
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
So, yeah, this is it. She's putting everything on the line. It's kind of sad, right? She's going Papalymo route. Like, I'll put everything on here. Also, Flamine, I figured it was something like that, but I've been calling her Yeah, man.
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred.
Damn. This is like their goodbye. Sort of. Oh, it's the Gubu. Remember her father? The Gubu story? Oh my god. Was that her mom? She was what was her profession before?
Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me.
Thus, Thancred was born.
There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path.
Minfilia's mom was a miner? Because she wasn't dressed as a miner. She was dressed as if she was in another line of work. You know what I mean?
When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Oh, she was a singer. For sure? Was this backstory that I should have known, or I had to go talk to people?
Minfilia, wait!
Okay, so that's it. Assuming this child wants to take up the mantle and give it her all.
What happened?
Man, Thancred, man. He just... Everything with Minfilia, it's like... Can't ever just, you know, keep her. Though in some form, she's still here, right?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it.
I mean, it was kind of obvious, but goes to show why he's so protective of her, right?
I
The
have
dad
told her
mantle.
many things, where we came from, what we fight for, but of that day, I have not spoken.
Oh, there's gonna be a moment in this game where she's gonna learn the truth, and that's when she's gonna unleash the full avatar, and then the Minfilia, the big Minfilia would be like, okay, I bequeath to you all my power. It's gonna be a sad moment, but she's gonna get massive power up. You're gonna save the day in some form. That's my theory. Planting flags, boom. How do you want this to end? Good question. Also, cool chest plate. I didn't notice that on Thancred. I've been looking at the coat.
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate.
It is a tricky question. Because of course there's a part of him that wants the Minfilia to be back as the Minfilia, but to win, the game is kind of putting it as she, the little Minfilia, is gonna have to be all in, therefore bigger Minfilia will be all in, giving up her essence, her ether, to bestow upon her true power.
The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
She's gotta... When are we gonna spill the beans? I feel like it's in a... I mean, she's young, right? And there's a lot... I feel like that's something she's gotta know at some point, right? Know the truth. So she can either decide to be fully committed or not fully committed, right?
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
See, something about this scene, right? We're talking about her and her destiny, or who she is, why she is, and everything. But this scene just kind of shows, like, right now, she's just a girl with some natural ability. Not, yeah, kid walking into parents fighting. Not necessarily, yeah, not, well, we weren't really fighting, but parents having an important discussion. And here she comes, just like, oh, here, I got my book. I'm sorry it took so long, but I have my book here. I'm just, you know, innocent little Minfilia with some capabilities, but yeah, I got my book, right? What's going on?
Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Leader Loran.
Oh man, this was a good little session here. We've learned a lot. Kid walking into parents talking about how they are adopted. Yeah. How kid was adopted and also possesses the potential ability of pretty much a god, right?